Yep, our love for the game runs deep. From the banter masters to the over-sabi coaches and to all fans who make the game unforgettable. Game on! Enjoy the rhythm of the game with Goldberg, official beer of the Super Eagles.
Hello everybody, welcome along to Niger Game 1. What is the match day for the Super Eagles of Nigeria taking on South Africa? Brought to you by Goldberg, the official beer brand of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We had a great time for the entirety of the tournament and we're ever so close to that final. One more step to go and we could be in our first final since the year 2013. A lot of young people might not have realized that Nigeria have won 3 AFCON titles. We're hoping for a 4th one, and of course a lot to give in this particular game. South Africans as well are hoping to make it their second title here on the African continent. The last time we played them was in 2000 and we won that game at the AFCON. We've actually played 12 times. Nigeria winning 7 times with the 1 defeat, which means South Africa have got the 1 win to their name as far as AFCONs go. Use the hashtag NigerGameOn for all the conversations on social media. We've seen the entire flurry of messages, tweets. Obviously, the TikTok messages are some of the best that we've seen on Facebook as well and on YouTube. Thanks for all the likes, and we see the numbers are growing ever so much, so we're very appreciative of that indeed. The show is brought to you by Goldberg. I've got IBK Sports in the house for what is going to be a big preview. IBK Sports, there's also Nyoba Monday, and there's Olakule Rufai as well, who's made it just in time for what should be a cracker of a show. We're going to have the fans today just to get the reaction from that other side of town, and they've been with us for every single step of the way in the tournament. My name is Yubi, and so doing of it, let's get into it. It's Niger Game On.
Goldberg, official beer of the Super Eagles.
Yeah, quick question. If you had to bring in one person, obviously everybody is saying go with the same starting 11. But if you had to bring in one person into the starting 11, obviously from the last game, say you take out one person, you bring in one person, who would it be and why?
I don't even know, but I feel I just like Iheanacho to be in the team. I don't just understand why I have that feeling that Iheanacho will create more chances than Alex Iwobi. To be honest, Alex Iwobi has been caged so many matches. They don't cage the guy. Really give me what I want. Like that fun vibes. But I feel Iheanacho coming in. I don't know, maybe they will put him in 10 or put him in 8. But I feel Iheanacho will actually create better chances than Iwobi has been doing so far.
Sunny?
Yeah, I actually agree with him. I think Alex Iwobi looks like a guy who can be smooth on the eye, but he's not creating enough. He's not decisive enough. Sometimes I know I've given him props already in this AFCON where I thought to myself that he's a guy who every time I see him on the ball, he passes forward, and I like it. I like that attribute. When I see an attacking player, get the ball and pass the ball forward. But he's not been decisive enough. He's not been, in terms of his passing, he's not been precise. He's had 1 or 2 really nice moments, but I totally agree. I think Iheanacho is a lot more decisive in the final third. What he doesn't do for us or do for this team precisely would be, what he does at the other end of the pitch. He doesn't have the energy to track back, and the way we've played, we cannot afford a player being redundant. We can't afford a player being, just doing something at the other end and not doing at the other end, because that's how we played in this tournament. That's where I worry about the Iheanacho, because sometimes it's not the lack of ability to go and do it. Sometimes it's the lack of desire. So
just to take the thoughts of the other guys, Sani, if you were to bring in one person, who would it be and why?
Yeah, actually, I would have loved Joe Aribo in the team, actually, because Aribo, fine, he hasn't gotten the match fitness for the tournament. He hasn't been getting the game time at Southampton. But if we could take it to perspective, Joe Aribo of 2 years ago, Joe Aribo of the last Nations Cup, if Joe Aribo had that form back again, Joe Aribo, like what you were saying, Iwobi has played in Everton, he has played under Sean Dyche, playing under Frank Lampard. There's a lot of things that's come into Iwobi's game apart, which is quite different from when he was at Arsenal. And we could see Iwobi developing into what he is today at Fulham with the tools he has accomplished, has gotten under these managers.
Yeah.
But right now, if we could get Joe Aribo into that team, getting the best out of Joe Aribo, what you are asking for, Iwobi to do, Aribo will do it. You could see in the last group game, Aribo were picking up spaces that I haven't seen any Super Eagles players pick up in front of the ball. But because of his lack of match sharpness, his decision-making, his timing of the ball, when to release the ball, when to recycle the position, was all comes down to match sharpness. But if Joe Aribo could pick up those spaces, I'm sure it's going to cause the opposition a lot of problem. And that's where you get people like Osimhen. Instead of Osimhen is one of the best pressing forward in the world right now.
Yeah.
And if you get someone like Aribo in behind Osimhen, he's not going to just be becoming pressing. You see Osimhen get it through on goal because you see defenders coming out of position because of the dangerous positions Aribo is picking. I would have loved him in the team, but right now, he's not getting his match fitness and his form is accounting has been nothing to write him about.
Yeah,
fantastic, fantastic points.
Yeah,
absolutely,
really fantastic points.
Fantastic points. Yeah,
I've also been worried about Joe Aribo a bit because we know what Joe Aribo can do.
Exactly.
He's very assured on the ball.
He's a lot better than he's giving at the moment.
You know what when he came on and played for Nigeria at first, I was quite impressed about the fact that this guy is very good on the ball, but also works really hard off the ball. It's not the I can play low. I can play when I have the ball. You know, he works really hard. He can tackle, maybe not necessarily win possession, but he can press.
I can be an extra body.
Exactly. He can press. He can close down. He can close down spaces. So and to now see him not getting game time at his club, that affects. You know, we always talk about you can be fit, but you're not match fit. Is that sharpness? Is that being alive to everything in the game? It doesn't feel like.
Explain that a little bit. For someone who's just listening.
I'm not. Every time senior man wants to set me up, he say, see, you're a former footballer. Please tell us what. Please. These things that you keep saying before you go and say it in front of somebody.
But that match fitness is it based on? Is it based on confidence of the player? Because I feel every player is fit to play a match.
Yeah.
So when player is not fit.
When I mean fit, medically you are fit.
Yeah, so medically they can pass you and say.
Is it the confidence level that is not enough?
See, medically they can pass you and say, oh, you are good for the game. Medically.
Okay.
Right? Say, oh, you don't have any, niggling problems or no issues, so you are good to go. Right? But in the course of playing the game, I always say the game is played at, I don't know the actual speed, but really top speed. Football is played. Decision making, being aware, confidence is part of it too. Because being sharp enough is also the fact that you know that anything that happens, I'm ready for it. Anything that
your
happens,
mind too.
Your mind is you're in tune with it. And you see, when a football game starts, you can almost pick out the players that are up for it. You can almost you see the temperament.
They get at it immediately.
Immediately. So there is that. So that I think has a lot to do about match sharpness, match fitness. I think also from the medical part, when they say you are fit but you are not match fit, you could be okay, and they say, look, there's an underlying issue that if you start, we can aggravate the issue. I think that's also part of it, where they can say, okay, you are okay, but you are not quite match fit.
But I feel this match fitting. I feel this match fitting is based on if you did talented, you did talented. Delima was injured for over a year, and he went straight to the World Cup and finished as the best player at the World Cup.
He didn't play the game. He didn't play the World Cup injured. Now he was injured and then he got fit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That but there are some players that comes into the game and whether they've been out for a while, see De Bruyne as well. You go no say talent day.
Femi,
there's a big difference between match fitness and match fit. Match sharpness. Match sharpness comes with game time. You get the time you spend on the pitch. You understand? You can't just get fit from injury and just go straight into a 90 minutes game. You'll be lost on the pitch. You start misplacing passes. you start being out of positions, causing error, costing your team a lot, costing your team points. So that's why you see players when they come back from injury, the manager brings them 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, so the
issue of Olise recently. Olise was match fit. Like he came in and within 9 minutes, my guy don't go back again to injury because he was fit. Of course, medically he was fit, but during the match he could not just his body was
exactly. That's why when they come back from injury, they say, okay, you're going to play the last 10 minutes, you're going to play the last 15. So they build up your minutes. Femi, we wanted to take your thoughts as well. If you could bring in, one player into the team.
So my answer is twofold. The first part is that the system that the manager is using at the moment seems to be working for the players. And if you look at the way we were before the tournament, we're abysmal. Like we're not even winning games, we're losing a lot of our games, and then there had to be a change in system. For the system, I think for the players who have played in it, it's easier for them to have adapted to it because they've grown into the system over the course of the tournament. We are in a very pivotal moment in this tournament. It will be very difficult for any player to come in right now to take over from where these players that have been used to the system over time. He will not be able to pick up because we are trying to match the energy levels of these guys. We are trying to match the knowledge they already have about how to play in this system. So I think Joe Aribo is a better player in terms of linking up with the attack than Iwobi, but Iwobi has grown into the system. So he knows when to mark, he knows where the spaces to fill when there are spaces to fill by any player. So I don't see Aribo not being able to adapt to the system is not because of his qualities, because he didn't have the time and the minutes that these other guys have been afforded over time. So the second part of the answer is, I think I want to see Ahmed Musa in this tournament. I think Ahmed Musa is our best winger, if you ask me. Moses Simon, he holds on to the ball a lot. In fact, there are some times I was surprised he was able to even give the pass to Lookman because I felt he was going to do as usual, just keep hold of the ball and waste that chance. You could see even in another play in that same match where he was supposed to pass the ball. So Ahmed Musa is our best winger. Yes. But if you ask me, Zaidu has to leave this squad. Sorry, not the squad, the first team, the first 11, because he's our weak link. If you look at every other positions, you see that at least we have like an assured player in that position.
Abana, for only you,
Zaidu Sanusi, my brother, Zaidu Sanusi. After this tournament, should never be invited to the national team again. He has no business with the team.
Senior man,
you are wrong. No, I'm not vexing, but he has no business in the team.
Man, you be senior man, but you are wrong this time, sir. Sir, you are wrong, sir.
He's not showing his quality at all.
Let him show it there. Estado do Dragao. That Portuguese club.
Please bring it down.
Let him go there.
Now get fight.
Femi, just round up your thoughts. I think you were about to finish, right?
Sorry?
I thought you were about to finish your thoughts, or you're done.
So I think Calvin Bassey should fill in for Zaidu because the only time he has played that role, he has done better than Zaidu. Anybody would have done better than Zaidu in that position. So Calvin Bassey for Zaidu, then Omero should come in to fill in for Calvin Bassey. I think will be good because we don't have a great form in our semi-final games. At least in the past 5 semi-finals that I've played, we've only won once, and that was the tournament that we won in 2013. So I'm very, very scared for this semi-finals. As much as I don't think South Africa can pose any major threats, but we know that there are upsets in these tournaments, and there are still more to go. And I don't want us to be a casualty of any upset in this tournament. So I just think use your best players, which is Zaidu sitting on the bench, Calvin Bassey filling in.
Thank you, my brother.
So let me just quickly counter what he said. Now, if you follow the tournament very well, I've always said that Pesero's strength has been players who their off the ball movement has been tremendous, like players who work so hard. Now, I think the issue with Zaidu is that maybe going forward is a liability, you get. But in the end, now we play a style that fits sitting at some points, holding on to the ball, You know, not trying to take the game to the opponent and the rest. So in the end, you need bodies that can cover a lot of distance. And I think if you put Calvin Bassey where Zaidu is, trust me, he's going to gas out in 60 minutes. I can tell you for free.
You know they train.
Baba in they train, but waiting Zaidu they do. You know, not say I not say no fi do am. If you dey see am, I not say no.
That is what I'm saying.
Zaidu they cover
Keep
distance.
him in the tournament. After the tournament, please don't call him again.
Maybe for this style of pattern is a perfect fit.
Yeah,
maybe if you want to play 4-3-3, then you can say, oh, you need that.
If who want to play 4-3-3?
I said if Pesero wants to play 4-3-3, maybe
No,
Zaidu might not really fit.
I
into
agree
it.
that.
But this 3-5,
I agree that off the ball, he gives you energy. You know,
A lot,
You know,
yeah.
Zaidu, he gives you energy.
My guy.
He has a lot of energy to exert. You know, he has energy to exert, and because the manager is not expecting him to, you know, he's not the best of defenders, to be honest. That's why if you play him in a 4, he looks like a disaster waiting to happen.
But I mean,
If
all of them,
if we play 4 at the back against that Angolan team, that guy Gilberto on the right hand side, you know, would have destroyed Sanusi. I tell you, he's a very nifty guy.
Please,
it's
gentlemen.
not only Sanusi. If we play
gentlemen.
4 at the back, let me
Please,
tell you, who will be
gentlemen.
exposed. Wait, hold on. Ekong will be exposed. Semi Ajayi will be exposed.
I
Sanusi
know,
will be
I
exposed.
agree. We know that one.
We've seen it before.
Please,
so waiting
we don't win quarterfinal. Una God dey say if to say we play
respect
4 at the
Zaidu
back.
abeg.
Make coulda-
I agree with two things, right? I agree with IBK. I agree with Ini. In his own, Zaidu should never come back to the national team again.
After this tournament,
After this tournament, you need to write an
please.
open letter.
please.
If we win,
Thank
if we
you.
win it,
Thank you for your services. We wish you the very best in your future endeavors.
I told you about Portuguese players in that league. That's how we dodged Gonzalo Ramos.
NS.
They're pushing up.
So we asked the guys if you could bring in one player. Ernest, good to have you on the pod as well. If you could bring in one player into the starting 11, take out one person, bring in one person from the bench. Who would it be and why?
For me, I think it's very difficult to change a winning team. If you check these guys, they are really done well. For me, if you listen to Jose Petero's last press conference, when they asked him about Zaidu, the way he's playing, he said he loved the way Zaidu is playing because coming back, he always track back. Although going forward, he's always missing some crosses and all that. Maybe if I could change anybody, I think it could be Zaidu, just a little bit of a switch position to make Kevin Bassey play the wing there. Or I would just
Maybe later on. Maybe in the game.
No.
What?
If you're taking out Zaidu,
No.
you put online all there and put
No.
No, he did it
But
the
just-
other time.
No. That was a momentary change, right? And the game had reached a tempo.
Yeah.
Right? So the players understood the brief. The momentum was already built. You cannot take out Calvin Bassey, who is the mop stick in that center
No,
back
you
position.
cannot.
No, not really mob stick.
No, you cannot.
Now
You
vacuum
cannot.
cleaner.
You can't do that.
He said that mob stick.
You can't do that. I'm sorry. Man.
He's always tracking back. The guy he can dirty job at the back though. But I think it's very difficult for Petero to change his thing. That's
Yeah.
one of the facts. It's
Nah. Now football they say make him go play. Nobody say make him become Loma.
Zaidu almost lost us the match against Cote d'Ivoire. If you remember
Yes,
that very well,
yes.
The one where Wambali had to save us. He
Yes.
almost cost us the match.
It happen. Mistake they happen.
But I almost cost. Did it cost us? No. Let him continue.
Olaino played 3-2 in this tournament, and it was quite rough.
Yeah. That was
The first game.
Cameroon.
I think it was only the first game we played 4 at the back.
He switched it at the almost towards the end of the Cameroon game
Cal-
when he brought out Zaidu. Calvin went.
Calvin
left
didn't
back.
start the first game.
He didn't start the. But
Calvin didn't start the
Calvin
first
didn't
game.
start as left back.
He's at left back.
Yeah.
And IBK is right. So the thing I wanted to agree with IBK is if you play Calvin at left back, his enthusiasm, you can be overzealous.
Yeah.
You get gassed out in maybe 50, 60 minutes. We saw
Okay.
it against Ghana as well, right? So the one burst we saw him do against that
Cameroon,
cross he put in,
it was
it's
against Cameroon.
good to see that, in the moment of the game, but to ask him to do it consistently, But let's not forget Calvin is a bit rash as well.
Yeah.
Do you get?
But that could be a potential.
Yeah.
That could be
No.
a potential tactical advantage where you play the game up until the 70th minute and then you make the change. So you expect Calvin to go on and bring those crosses in.
I think when you start a football game of that kind of stake, you don't change defense setup. A lot of managers don't change defense setups. Defense setup is for solidity. Changes happen in maybe midfield, attack. Not many managers move around their defensive pieces like that, only out of necessity. Now, the reason I feel that Zaidu has been in the team till now is because his mistake haven't cost us, right? I personally believe he should have scored 4 goals for Nigeria.
Yeah.
If he was, okay, let's say 4 goals is a bit high. If he was just 3. A bit calm, he scored 2 goals at least for Nigeria.
Yeah.
So in attack, he's cost us a couple of goals and crosses. In defense, he almost cost us a goal. Now, the only reason we have not been punished is because we've won those games. If I not won those games, that will not be in the team. So I feel like he's one of those players that he's riding off the team's goodwill and the momentum currently ongoing in the team, right? So where do we go from here? So everybody's picked up their. Who would you rather replace in the starting 11? I wouldn't replace anybody at this point in time,
Yeah, I won't actually. And I think it was the Ernest who said it. You don't want to change a winning team. You don't want to tamper with the balance of the team. And it looks like the team has created a bit of balance in the last 3 games, and you don't want to tamper with that. More so when you go against the South African side, and obviously as you're progressing in the tournament, you're going to face teams with different approaches to the game. Angola brought a different thing to us. They kept the ball on the ground. Their movement of the ball is great. South Africa will be different. I think they will sit back and hit us on the counter. So we have to literally go and break them down if we are going to win a game. So that's why I increasingly think that this game might get to penalties. So you don't want to change the balance of the team. Osimhen, questions about his fitness.
No more questions. Those questions have been answered. He's going to start. Those questions have been answered. He's going to start. Fully to start.
He's going to start.
Yes.
I'm talking about the question about his fitness. I'm not talking about whether he's going to play. Obviously, he's going to play.
I'm saying those questions
I'm
have
not
been
sure
asked.
he's 100.
They'll be answered. Sorry.
I'm not sure he's 100. I'm not even sure he's 90, But it's a game where you have to have your number 9 playing.
You have to realize Osimhen at 80 is a lot of players at 100.
Okay.
Honestly, like in terms of the way he approaches the game, So
he's always knows. Wabali is no Osimhen now.
My brother.
My
brother. If a striker is not fit,
it's not the same.
He doesn't know a problem. He's a goalkeeper. Don't try that kind of play.
Why is it if keeper injured? They say take him out. He go inside
he must leave immediately. Goalkeepers cannot make mistakes in games.
As in the position of a goalkeeper. Even like when they say you be security, you go to sleep. They say you be security for bank or is a security for night.
Is it police that way they sleep?
You don't say if thief come back, if they shoot their way, enter the bank. All of us know.
But you say you be security and you dey fear dog.
You dey fear dog. Why you dey fear dog? Somebody said, say 13th of February. Say there's a men's meeting. 13th of February. Say, and I want the timing is wrong, but I have to go for this.
But bro, this thing is a real thing. This thing is a real thing. I was speaking to this guy, very young boy, just turned adult. 18.
What do you mean adults? Because some people turn adult 14. What do you mean turn adult? Legally. Right, so that's 18, right?
And this guy was telling me, man. Say he was showing me his babe. Say no, but I called it off. Say Valentine is coming. Say after Valentine, who said
just attend a 3-day night and prayer, starting from the 13th.
I said, you two, you are doing Valentine is coming. What kind of pressure are they putting on you that you are saying Valentine is coming? You are calling off your relationship.
You get it has to be dope.
The devil is trying to win the case.
Are we taking predictions? Let's have those predictions because I get the sense that look, honestly, I was on a TikTok and I realized that we crossed the border into South African territory.
Yeah, South African
rain and hailstorm. I beg all the players in the name of our Lord and Savior, please win.
Even for YouTube,
win that game.
Even for YouTube.
And the South Africans,
South
Cameroonians, Angolans.
One guy does say, I'm South African, but I'm very scared. And
No,
I said,
so our
"Why
YouTube had South Africans that were very
Very
respectful,
good, very respectful.
and they're like TikTok. Oh my Jesus. Anyway, guys, I want to take predictions, right? Look, this rivalry you don't take another level. The last 2 days, honestly, right?
You saw the message from the
federal government,
Yeah, the
Nigerian
High Commission.
you know. And I'm pleased. We're begging Nigerian, please.
We will do the banter for them.
Please.
Yeah, they should not.
Just keep it on the low.
We have this on lock. You leave it for
Exactly.
us.
Don't
Just,
We'll handle it. We'll handle
just
it.
keep things on the
You
low
get-
because it can
Yeah.
boil over.
Yeah, we'll handle it here. So I beg, there's a message or there's a memo from the Nigerian High Commission in Pretoria. Stay safe. I probably wouldn't watch the game in public, honestly.
Yeah, of course.
We're very happy people in Nigeria.
The problem is
right?
that we're loud people.
No,
We're very loud people.
We have a thick skin in Nigeria,
Yeah.
right? So you banter me, I banter you back.
Yeah, of course,
it
of
ends
course.
like
Normal
that. Everybody,
level, yes,
understand? We shake
nobody
hands and
will
move on.
vex. Yeah, of course.
It's not the same for everybody.
it's-
You know what's in this? You know why
same
South
in Ghana
Africa?
as well.
I don't think I'm saying why South Africans don't like us. Why South Africans? I think because there's really there's no rivalry in this football thing.
That's what I was saying.
You
Like,
can't call it because we don't meet una 3 times for AFCON. We don't win. There's no rivalry now. Spanking here and
I don't
there.
talk. I'm saying the only people
But
we be our
where
guys
is
in
this
Ghana.
hatred coming from? What is going on?
Yeah.
Why do these people? And I realize that if you give a normal Nigerian 20,000 for anywhere, especially when no be inside Nigeria, and you give any other person from any other country that same 20,000, you go think say that Nigerian na Bill Gates,
Yes,
but
sir.
where that other person
Yes,
is.
sir.
Now this
With
thing
that
is
20K,
It was 50 cents.
Now-
I said 50 cents. I said some people just know how to spend money. They want
Bro.
how to have a better life.
Yeah.
Than other people with little money.
Now,
Yeah.
And there are some people that have money,
this
and
thing
there are
is
some people that don't
saying-
have
this
money.
is-
And I see them live their lives.
A friend of mine finished from Kwame Nkrumah. I think is it not they call it North University.
Yeah,
or so.
Kwame, yeah.
Yeah. So the guy said if you go to restaurants in Ghana and you probably see someone buying, chicken, turkey. He said this person is Nigerian. Guy, I'm not kidding.
Is there any other country?
Bro, I'm not kidding. No.
IBK.
Even if someone said in the US, they go to see Nigerians, they buy iPhone 15 once.
IBK. Is there another
Guy,
country
wetin dey sup?
that has a slogan "No gree for anybody"? You
no
get-
gree for anybody.
Nigerians just say like, you know what? If tomorrow come and we know we die with that. But this today, oh no, this today we go chop until the end, right? Probably why.
They go see down food driver, they buy food. You go say rice 200, meat 5,000 naira.
You want
man.
I've actually seen that before. I've gone to a booker before just to buy food. The guy bought rice, maybe like 600 or 700. The rice is not too plenty like that. They tell the woman, say, put that one. Yeah. 2. The woman put. You sure? Put like 4. The woman put. Say liver. 2.
Why you going buy rice?
I'm looking at this guy like.
There's a reason you
I'm
go
like,
to.
you
There's
won't
a
kill
reason
yourself.
you go to Adamala joint, bro. Before max 2 p.m. the first set of goat meat don't finish. Straight, they go tell you say goat meat they on fire. The first set of goat meat don't finish.
Why?
They don't come pack out everything. Yeah.
man.
First you go buy 3 abala, buy 2 goat meat. This goat meat na 115. What's it they happen?
What you want they can do?
Is everything
Oh,
okay
man.
at home?
So look, 4th time we're playing South Africa at the Nations Cup. We've won 3 of those games, aggregate of 8-1 as far as score lines go. So by that metric, guys, I'm just gonna put out to you: do you expect it to be a high scoring game? I've seen a lot of people predict 2-0. I've not seen anybody predict a 1-0 game. I haven't heard it's gonna be a tight game. I feel like the South Africans might be emotional coming to the game. We know how we play. We know say we good. You understand? Now I won't fight us. So if I punch you for eye straight, I will not knock you out straight. So how's it gonna be, guys?
Well, should I go first?
Yeah, why not? You're the one with the suit. I don't say that 3-piece you wear. I don't say that 3-piece you wear. Just one day humble. Come on the full thing.
No. Like, my jacket is here. This is how I dress for the rest of the day. Right. That's a great stuff. Yeah. So our semi-final form is not great. We have the highest number of bronze for a reason. So I'm very skeptical about saying Nigeria will win this game because we never really perform at the semi-finals. So with that being said, I think a 1-0. I don't think it will get to extra time. I think it will be done in regulation time. So it will be 1-0 to Nigeria. I hope it's 1-0. But that's my prediction, 1-0 to Nigeria. And on the issue of rivalry, I think it's personal and it's also political. Like, we take their women without even trying. So, and the political aspect of it is they are the self-proclaimed giant of Africa, and they are trying as much as possible to drag us off that seat. And you could see with the level of involvement they've been in the world game, like in the world politics, like they are in BRICS, for example. They are one of the superpowers in Africa. Yeah. So they want to get us off that spot because we have a natural. There's this aura with Nigeria, like we are big people naturally, and people like us, even though they hate us. There's a love-hate relationship with Nigerians, but people still like us all over Africa. So they want to take our place. So as far as football is concerned, there's no rivalry there. It's more like things outside of football that is causing the rivalry to be this heated.
That's silly.
Salix came in and said he wanted to knock Liverpool off their perch. And
that's what South Africa are trying to do.
I think South Africa are trying to knock us off.
But I can tell you work for
no evidence. They go try.
I can tell you work for a fintech or something like that. You know, your analysis of the numbers is quite good. Lawyer, right. Probably financial lawyer, right? Oh,
no, he said sports lawyer.
Sports lawyer, really?
Yeah, sports lawyer. Yes. That's nice. I work with some clubs there in Abuja, like some NLU clubs, not NLU. They play football. Going to be NLU soon. Is that NLU? Yes, they are. There's an active league here. Wow. There's a football club.
There used to be a club like that, FC Abuja. Is there still a
yes,
club like
but
that?
There are so many other clubs that are going to take their place in the next 2 years because one of the clubs I work for is going to be NNL by next season. So,
what do you mean by it's going to be? They won't buy slot or they won't find their way enter. Which one is going to be the next?
No. It's organic. We started from NNL1, so
the progression. You don't how you plug graph.
So you are sure that you are going to be there next this thing.
IBK, as in talk say they are good. IBK they take in head, they think the team.
The team way go this place.
No, be say me we can't play now for match now. Me I dey see why you won't really promote to. You know which they talk.
Some of our players are even
off your mic.
Some of them are even going to make big moves on to top leagues in Italy. So like we have a structure here in place to. So I'm not just saying it because I think it. I think we have the best coaching staff here in Abuja because Interlagos just poached our. Sorry, I don't know if I can say this on your podcast. They just poached one of our coaches. Like the assistant manager was once our coach. Like so, there's a structure here in place. Abuja is a fun place when it comes to grassroots football. You'll be surprised and amazed at the level of quality that we have here.
My brother, you are doing well. You are normal, Luabi. You are doing well.
Brother, definitely doing well.
I beg, send me DM after this show.
You won't make it send you DM.
So now you don't see business.
Just DM.
If you see a speaker for IBK flood, reject it and block it.
Maybe you did Twitter now.
Reject it and block him.
What's the handle? Let me just follow you up.
Right. IBK is doing.
Femi Davis away.
Are you following me?
yes.
Should we they see now? You don't see Nigerians. You know why they don't like the Nigerians.
You know what?
If I say send me DM, you say okay, make I follow you now. Because are you following me?
No, send me a DM. Let me get your message.
Nigerians.
You know, anyway, say I DNL. So
let's pick up the pace. Man. Let's pick up the pace. Femi, nice one, man. If you can stay with us, that would be great. If you can't, we totally enjoyed your time. Highest expected goals now 8 point.
The other guys have not drawn their.
Yeah, 8.59 and most. That's why I can understand everything that's going on. Right. Yeah. You know. Let's take the rest of the guys' predictions.
Nonsense with Mike 1 needs to stop.
I was just stood up. Kind of
nonsense with Mike 1 needs to stop.
But what you think about it, NS? Most big chances created, 18 big chances created, 8.95 highest expected goals in the tournament. So this idea that we're not playing well is maybe in our heads and we have maybe too much of a high demand. Could it be the game we explode in attack and really put the sword to the opponent?
For me, I think if you check the way Pesero set up his team, it's kind of a tactical side with a little strong defense. He like to defend. You understand? So creative chances, we are creating chances up front. I think our attacker, they have to score. If you check, we have the highest rate, to score. We have missed so much chances. So some of us complain that we are not playing well. I don't think we are not playing well. We are playing well. As long as we are progressing at the tournament, we are playing well. You understand? If you check this game now against South Africa, we have missed South Africa so many times.
As long as we are
as long as we are progressing, we are playing well. Well, we are winning the game, even if it's one. If for paraventure we win this tournament, just as we are playing now, we are going to be happy. All of us will congratulate Pesero because he has done a very great job, unlike the last AFCON where we exited the round of 16, So if you check the South Africa side, also they are good, they have the strength. They can also go extra time. For this tournament alone, I think our boys, I don't know if this game go to extra time, I don't see them, having that same energy to compete with the South African team. You understand? So I think if, for example, we want to win this game, we have to score as early as possible. Try just score one goal. Don't miss a lot of chances. If it is one or two, just score, then sit back and defend, just like what Frank Onyeka is doing with Iwobi, try to win the ball, commit some little foul just to, push the time ahead. Maybe we might win. Yeah. So my prediction is going to be I'm not going to give Nigeria a straight winning because I think this is going to be a very difficult game. I will go with 1-1. Then maybe we might win the game at extra time.
Wahala.
That's my prediction.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Ernest. Toby, how's it going to be? Where do you see this game going? 1-0, 2-0, 4-1. Tempers, emotions. What do you expect it to be?
So my take is it's going to be a very good game. It's going to be a very good game now, and over time we've always beat these guys. I don't think it's going to change. To be honest, I don't think it's going to change. So my prediction is 2-0. I will go with 2-0, and I will go with Lookman starring again. Lookman is going to start again, and Nigeria will beat them 2-0. And based on the what is it called? The rivalry. My brother, there is no rivalry. To be sincere, Nigeria is just a bully on Twitter. This whole thing started from Twitter. Nigeria is always a bully. Any Nigerian on Twitter is a bully. So they feel like we are too proud, that we are always coming against any other country apart from Nigeria. Nigeria feel insult ourselves. When any other country come insult us, we finish you. So that it don't really enter people's blood to the extent that they feel that Nigerians are proud, Nigerians are doing this online. But basically, there's no rivalry. We pass these people, to be honest. There's no be our mate at all. So I'll go with 2-0. I'll go with Lookman coming starring again, and basically we go win them. That's
I like it, Toby. Sani just did very attentive, like say, Omo, in get one property for South Africa. What's good, Sani? They smile since. Where do you see this game going? 2-0, extra time, penalties. Unmute your mic. Yeah.
Oh, sorry for that. Yeah, I see the game going to a 1-0 game. It's all about who wants it more, who is going to dig in more. And peradventure, South Africans takes the lead early on in the game because I just have that feeling that they might just shock us and take the lead because I feel they are fired up because of the political relationship within the two countries. Just as we are fired up, they are as well fired up. And I feel they might just take the lead, and we just need our boys to be calm at every point in time, even though we are losing the 50-50. But what I want is, like, even though we are losing, we are winning, we just need to keep on going. We have to give everything out there. And I've said it, this has to be the best game Iwobi has to have in the Great White and green shirts, because Iwobi is going to be very instrumental in this game. Because the phases of transition, because where the game is going to be won is in the midfield, the 50-50 ball, the transition. This team is very compact. They like getting behind. They also like winning the 50-50 ball and go straight. And we saw that against Angola when Iwobi lost the ball at the midfield. We saw how that would have costed us. Our goalkeeper has been beaten. So what we need from Iwobi that today is for Iwobi has to be at the top of his game. He needs to bring in the best. His Fulham game, his Fulham form has to be in that game. His decision making, his composure on the ball, his first touch, his agility. He has to be flavorful. He needs to play like a playmaker. Dictate the tempo, when to move forward, when to kill the tempo down, when to slow the pace down. He needs to be at the top of this game. Because if Iwobi is lacking, we are going to be punished. Because Iwobi, if you've seen the few games we've been able to put few passes together, it has been Iwobi behind those things. When you try like put 2-3 passes together, and if we could do that, I'm sure anytime Nigeria have done those, we'll be creating chances. In our first game against Guinea-Bissau, when we dictated play, we created chances. There was a chance that was created from the left wing down to the right wing for Simon Moses. The play was started from Iwobi against Cote d'Ivoire. Iwobi again. When Iwobi is in the game, in his rhythm, when he gets into his rhythm, he's going to bring the best out of everybody on the pitch. He needs to spring those passes out, look for the extra man, make those dashing runs, join the attack, help out with his work face. To me, it all comes down to Iwobi and who wants it more. And I believe my scoreline will go for it. 1-0.
1-0, right. So we all this will be the burner moves where you say now only 1-0. You expect me to
say as you don't talk, say will be go bring the A game, we go don't win like 3 or 4.
Like 3 or 4. But Nigerians are very tricky. Very tricky.
You don't make me they believe now we they play like this.
Well, it's crazy how football fans we all see the game in a different perspective, and it's great to see. Look, honestly, I totally enjoyed the time with you guys, and I hope that your predictions come through for all our sakes, please. So that for all our sakes, right? Toby, Sani, Ernest, and Femi, thank you very much indeed for making up the time on the early, morning on the match day itself. That's a real commitment. So appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us. All right. Have a nice day. Thank you. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yep, our love for the game runs deep. From the banter masters to the over-sabi coaches and to all fans who make the game unforgettable. Game on! Enjoy the rhythm of the game with Goldberg, official beer of the Super Eagles.